Hey, what's up guys, Matt Shiny here, come back with a brand new video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the monthly investing guide for the month of August. I'm really excited to hop on into this one because we do have a decent amount of information to cover. Before we hop on into it, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, it definitely helps me out. Otherwise, let's hop on into it. First up here, I want to talk about cases. Now, the one that's really been on my mind lately is the clutch case. Now, the clutch case is currently only going for about 25, 26-ish cents in there. And it's one of the cheapest cases with gloves, and it's not that hard to get right now. There's a lot of them dropping because it's in the prime pool, so there's a pretty decent supply of them out there. But we recently got the snakebite case that came into the prime pool, so the clutch case could potentially be the next one to go in my eyes, and that's why I feel like it's not that bad of an investment. And looking at our graph here, you can see that the price really hasn't gone below 25 cents after what happened in March. And we just saw a huge investing hype for all these cases, and the clutch case really hasn't slowed down much. It's hit some highs and some lows, but really not going below that 25-ish cent mark. So I feel like you will not lose money if you're trying to invest into here. And there's a pretty decent upside to this in my eyes, because if this is the case to go into the rare pool, you could potentially see prices of like 45 or 50 cents easily. Kind of what we saw back in June when we saw these non-prime cases being moved into the rare pool. We saw the price of this go up all the way to 50 cents. So I feel like this case is actually moved into the rare pool. We could definitely easily see those prices. Another case that's been looking pretty good recently in my eyes is the Spectrum 2 case. It's still getting opened up a heck of a lot more than I expected it to, because it's got those knives, and if you're able to snag one for a price point of like 32 to 34 cents, what the current market price is, I don't think you're going to have much time losing money. I don't think you're really going to be losing any money. Since the June update where we saw this case get pushed into the rare pool, we really haven't seen it go below that 35 to 30 cent mark. It's been consistently in there. It dropped off a little bit from when it overpeaked to like 45-ish cents, but it's staying pretty consistent now in that 32 to 34 cent range. And I think this one's definitely going to be good moving forward as the supply dwindles, because people are still opening up these a lot. One case I'm still avoiding is the broken fang case. Now, I really like the broken fang case, but right now is just not a good time for it. We've seen a huge decline recently, and I'm not selling off any of my cases. I'm just holding on to them, but I'm not adding anything more. The graph looks obviously horrendous because we've seen so many ups and downs. This case is 100% driven by hype, and I don't know too many people that are opening it right now, because a lot of people are interested in opening up the snakebite case because it's got the same gloves and it's the brand new case that's been added most recently. So I don't think this one really has much going for it right now. I could definitely see it dropping down to maybe that 50 cent range easily, and we're not too far from it here at that 55, 56 cent range what we're at right now. I just think it's better to hold off on this one than where we're at right now. I see a lot of potential with this one in the far future, but right now you're just safer off holding out. Next up then, we have operation skins, and I'm going to specifically talk about broken fang operation skins here. Right now it's a little bit higher than I would like it to be at, but that's obvious just because we saw some pretty high peaks on everything, and right now we're just starting to see just some more of the downfall from it. I personally like these moving forward though. Right now we just saw this huge update released by Valve saying that they're gonna be giving away $1 million for 10 CSGO skin designers, and this has brought a little bit of the operation question back into play, and I think this is something that's really good for the Broken Fang collections. Now, it may return in the future with the operation, but that's just a risk you're gonna have to take in my eyes. But I think this could be a really easy chance to make some good profit if you want to wait a little bit and then potentially buy in and sell right as an operation hits. These skins are going to skyrocket in price in my eyes, so that makes it a really good chance for you to have either a short-term investment or a long-term investment, whatever you're really feeling like. Last time with Shattered Web, when the Operation Broken Fang came out, we didn't see immediately prices just jump and go crazy, but I think that's something we're probably going to see now, as we're going to see all these collections go super crazy, because this is the third operation in a row with the third new set of collections. People are going to assume that this is not going to be returning those past 6 collections. However, there is the chance that these collections from Broken Fang will return, but I feel like that's a risk, like I said, you have to take. You really can't be going around avoiding that risk. That's the only risk that's going to come with this. Buying in on these collections, though, I would still try and wait out maybe a slight bit more, but it seems like around $5 for the field tested blues is probably what it's going to rest at, maybe slightly lower, and I'm going to wait to see if it gets lower because I would like to buy a little bit more, expand a little bit more on my Operation Broken Fang collections here. I think there's just a lot of potential with these, and the Control collection has that op fade, which has been dropping in price recently, but I don't think that's going to affect it too much. Next up here then, I want to talk a little bit about Playskins. Right now we're in a perfect time to buy Playskins and wait some months on it. There's a really good chance that we're going to see prices higher than they are now towards Christmas time. Christmas time always has those prices heat up a little bit, and right now we're starting to see the kind of end of what was our downfall with that huge bubble there. There still is a lot of skins that could potentially go down a little bit more, so you have to be very careful when you're buying in, but there's a lot of skins like red lines and such that are down right now, and those usually go over $20 at Christmas time, at least what they did last year. Right now you can pick one up with a buy order for $16.50, and that could be a really easy chance to make some profit next time Christmas comes around. This is something I did last year. I picked up about 5 of these, and I was able to get around 25 bucks, which is almost a free red line, just by waiting out on these. I picked them up right as the operation dropped when they were down in that super low $14-ish range there, and I sold them when they were up at that $21 range there. It was some super easy money, and that's a little bit different than what we're doing here, but that's just being at the right place at the right time. This one though, you're still not going to be losing any money. You're going to be making a couple bucks over the span of the next 4 months. It's going to be a really easy way to make sure you're not losing any money if you don't want to go into any risk investments, because all the investments do have risk. I mean, there's cases that could potentially go down significantly, but the red line here I doubt will go down in price at all. Finally then, we got RMR. RMR has just been stagnant, man. It's been stagnant for the whole month of July, and I expect that pattern to not just continue, maybe slightly grow, but I really don't expect much to change here. Through June and July, prices really have stayed roughly the same, which is actually not terrible in my eyes. If we are able to see these prices stay where they're at and not decrease, I'm okay with that, especially since the sticker prices are starting to decrease a little bit. I think right now is just the best time to hold on to these. I don't think selling is a good idea unless you're looking to reinvest those funds into something else. But I think that you're in a pretty good situation moving forward with these capsules. I think they could definitely push a little bit of a higher price point. They just need a lot of time. But that's all I have for today, guys. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're looking to pick up any of these skins, definitely hop down to one of the links I have in the description to buy off a different site. Never deposit your money directly onto Steam, and I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.